I will argue that Drake is a better pop star. And
crazy.
Kendrick is a better rapper.
You just got up here and somebody asked you for a bar from Kendrick, and you couldn't give no bar.
Be humble, sit down.
He didn't have an album out. They giving us keys to the city. We ain't heard nothing from him that made him worthy of that level of success, yet we gave it to him.
How can you say that when the one, I told you to quote him, and the one thing you say is be humble? You didn't even name a bar, like a fire bar? Like, what's a standout bar?
I mean,
wait, what
look,
quote from Kendrick?
Let me out. What A minor?
Right. I didn't laugh.
My name is Sammy King. I am a music artist, poet, actor. Also, I am a Kendrick Lamar fan, and today I will be going head to head with 5 of Kendrick Lamar's haters. And my first claim is that Kendrick is a better rapper than Drake and J. Cole.
I just want a couple little minutes of your time.
What's up, brother? How you
What's
doing,
going
man?
on?
How you doing? Sammy?
Freddie B.
Freddie B. Okay, cool, man.
All right, so your
All
claim is Kendrick is a better rapper than Drake and J. Cole.
Yes.
And so what are you using any metrics with this?
I am using his flows, his rhyme schemes, the way that he puts words together. I believe that Drake is a better pop star. I believe that J. Cole also a good lyricist, but a better executive. And Kendrick is a better rapper.
Better executive.
Like of what he's been able to do with the Dreamville label and the brand. Because all 3 artists are well known. All 3 have labels. All 3 are wordsmith.
They have imprints. A little bit different. They have imprints. They don't have labels. Record, because it's only like 3 record labels. They have imprints. PG Lang, OVO, and Dreamville.
Yeah.
Imprints. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So the reason I was asking for metrics, because if we like, I'll give you some metrics. We'll start with sales. Let's just start with sales.
Okay.
Sales, I'm pretty sure you can agree, Kendrick is sub Drake and I think J. Cole. I think he's the 3rd place in those 3. Am I right? I'm
Possibly.
right. Got you.
Okay.
All right. So then we go to lyrical ability. If we're just talking about just rapping. J. Cole has 2, 3, 4 albums with no features. No features.
Okay.
It's just him on the record, him and producers locking in and making songs. No features. Platinum. Number 1. Platinum. Number 1. Spitting. Have you heard like in J. Cole? He can get Soft, Love Yours, Neighbors, or he can go Ready 2024. On that joint and get aggressive. You heard this new album that one? I forgot the name of the track. It's like 38 something. 38 intro where it starts slow and he got that beat that pop pop. Like he can get aggressive the way you feel it in your chest. We talking about Cole.
Kendrick
Cole
can
world.
also get aggressive.
Right. Look, he can also get aggressive. That's what I'm saying. Your claim was so definitive that Kendrick clears them. That's what you're saying.
I feel like he does.
That's insane.
Okay, so look,
say,
right.
sir.
So your argument
My
as
brother
to
in
what?
Christ. How can that's like saying he clears them is wild.
Hear me out, though, right?
That's egregious.
So one of the metrics that you claim that will make Drake a better rapper than Kendrick would be like his sales.
I'm just throwing metrics out there.
I would say if we're
actual
going
measurable metrics.
if we're going off of sales, I would say that maybe Drake is a better marketer than Kendrick.
He don't market his stuff. They rap. They put the music out.
Bro, if you're a mainstream artist,
It's creating a song.
Bro, if you're a mainstream artist signed to a label, there's going to be a marketing strategy.
But you can't say Drake is the marketer.
He has a team behind him, and
As does Kendrick.
and he owns an imprint.
As does Kendrick.
Okay, so then they have some say in the marketing.
Yeah.
Okay, so then if he has higher sales, then maybe he just did a better job at marketing his songs.
But here's the thing: we have to use
and also Drake is known to also collaborate with the hottest artists of the time. So then he gets the hottest artist on his team. They put stuff
right
out.
away.
Okay, so then that's just more reach.
But here's the thing: we have to use some measurable metrics.
But sales don't make you a better rapper.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is I'm putting metrics out there that are measurable. That where it's like, okay, boom. Because the thing is you just got up here and somebody asked you for a bar from Kendrick and you couldn't give no bar.
Be humble, sit down.
That is not a bar, sir. That is a hook. I say bar.
It's a line.
I said a bar.
It's a line.
I'm coming up here and saying bar. You know what a bar is. I said a bar. I'm not talking about a hook. I didn't say
There's
hook.
bars
I said
and
a
hooks.
bar. Bars and hooks, right? I'm talking about the bars
No,
part.
but there are bars in hooks though. Like you measure your verses with bars.
Man, you know what the hell I'm talking about. Don't you do this. Don't you do this. Don't you come up here with your light skin and your little beard and all that trying to be light skinned with me because now you acting like Drake.
Drake has more sales because he's a bigger, better pop star.
Measurable metrics, like if you want to do sales, Drake clears them. If you want to do like rapping ability on a record, J. Cole has albums with no features.
That don't make him a better rapper though.
He's carrying the whole
That
album.
makes him a lone wolf.
No, it makes him that and also a better rapper.
Bro.
He's carrying a whole album by himself. Kendrick's last album.
Is he a Pulitzer Prize winner?
Look, that's politics, man. Come on, that's politics. That's politics. But look, let's go to Kendrick's albums. He had G and X, and before that, what was it? Lemon Pepper Steppers, whatever that was, whatever the album.
Hold on.
Well, I don't know.
Respect. Hold on.
Who knows? Because nobody listened to it.
Mr. Miranda, big.
Nobody listened to it. Like, name me your favorite song of that album. I'm not even asking for a bar. Exactly. That is my point. My point is Kendrick had a good album since what was it? Damn. He had Pimp a Butterfly. Damn.
Would you say that G and X was not a good album?
G and X rode the wave of his beef from Drake. He's big because he beefed with the biggest pop star in the world, and he won. And he created a diss track. That was actually danceable. You could play in the club, that's the same thing Drake did to Meek Mill with Back to Back, which is why it's so big. And Back to Back won a Grammy. He won a Grammy as well.
I agree.
So he was smart to come out with an album marketer. So he markets just like Drake. He was on the Super Bowl. He was on the Super Bowl halftime show. You better come out with an album, and you better go on tour to get this bad bread.
Okay, cool. So he dropped Not Like Us, which was a banger, a club banger, which is similar to what Drake did to Meek Mill, like you said. Okay, cool. Then would you say that Kendrick just beat Drake at his own game?
So check this out. He didn't beat him at his own game. He took advantage of the situation. If you go to the beef, I would argue that Drake had the best song in the beef. He had the best song with the best Family Matters. Family Matters was better sonically and lyrically than anything Kendrick put out. Kendrick won it is because in a beef, you have to deliver the beef to the audience. So back in the old days, before the internet, it was how you delivered your lines and how you built up to it. Nowadays, in the internet, things happen so fast, you got to put out songs fast. If you remember, Drake put out Family Matters. Kendrick came right in with Meet the Grams. He dropped it like an hour later.
Strategy.
And so here's the thing. In his beef, he said, you got a mole in your camp, Drake, and the person is right next to you. When he dropped that, he made it like, oh, Drake really does have a mole. And that's what blew everybody away. Because how can you drop Meet the Grams an hour after he dropped Family Matters? And then all the artwork that Kendrick dropped was specific. He dropped Drake's house. He dropped a little piece of like artwork that Drake had the whole thing. That's more so why Kendrick won the whole beef. And then when he dropped Not Like Us, he was saving that, had that in the cut because it was sonically great. You could play in the club. It was upbeat. He dropped that, and then that kind of killed. He saved that to the end. If Kendrick dropped that early on, Drake might win that beef because Family Matters was a better song sonically and lyrically.
Talk to me nice.
I'm gonna talk to you real nice, actually.
How you doing?
Hi, how are you?
What's your name?
Jill. I'm
Jill.
Yeah.
Sammy.
I'm Jill. So I would have to disagree in that term what you said that Kendrick is better than Drake and J. Cole because obviously Drake, he's universal, baby. He taps into different beats. He taps into different genres as far as Afro beats, Caribbean, he does different. He's very diverse with his music, As far as Kendrick, he stays more in the hip hop sector. He doesn't really go out and blend different genres. So I feel like Drake is more universal, is a better rapper as far as going out organically and naturally and then bringing people together universally to promote diversity.
Okay, cool. So you said that Drake is more universal and diverse, right? So he's a very good pop star.
Hip hop artist.
Hip hop artist?
Yes.
Okay, but you said that Kendrick stays more in hip hop. Right?
I said Kendrick stays more as far. Okay, Kendrick stays.
Because I will argue that Drake is a better pop star.
Pop star is
and
crazy.
Kendrick is a better rapper. My argument is that he's a better rapper than Drake and J. Cole.
Right.
Drake, he is definitely more marketable. I would say he is better when it comes to, brand endorsements and, pushing out to the masses, right? But as far as rapping, rhythm and poetry, I believe that Kendrick is a better poet than Drake. He's also poetic, but like when it comes to just like wordsmith and rhyme schemes, I believe that Kendrick takes the cake over Drake.
I have to disagree with you. I believe Drake takes the cake over Kendrick most definitely because of his playful banter, the way
He's funny,
and sometimes you little laugh and
but
rap.
is Kendrick not also funny?
A
minor.
Right. I didn't laugh. I didn't think that was.
That was more of his comedic side coming out.
Right.
Not funny. That like.
No, yeah, clear it out. But yeah, no, like I said, he just that's that brings it, and that could be a trigger as well. Trigger.
All right. BX.
What's going on, bro? What's going on, brother?
What's your name, bro?
Oh, William.
Sammy.
Now, you're saying Drake is a better rapper, right?
No. Kendrick is a better rapper.
Okay.
Yeah.
First, I want to quote Drake. He said, "Bitch, I just rap. It just went pop." He can't control that fact that he's just a popular artist. Pop just means popular. That's it. That just means pop stands for popular.
Okay.
You agree, right?
So, pop star.
That's not by his choice. He's just the biggest. He's the bigger rapper.
Okay.
If you're
It don't gotta be by choice, but it is what it is. Like he's a better pop star.
Because his music reaches more people.
Yeah.
Because
cool.
he's a better artist, better
Cool.
rapper.
No. Being an artist and being a rapper are two different things. Taylor Swift is also an artist, not a rapper, right?
True.
Okay, so then I'm saying that Kendrick is a better rapper.
So when you
right?
say rapper, you just say that he puts words together better than Drake.
Yeah, for sure.
Quote Kendrick. Give me some quotes from him. Because I can quote Drake way more than I can quote Kendrick. He has better quotables.
A very simple quote.
Don't say the A minor.
No. A very simple quote. Be humble. Sit down.
That's a lyrical
No.
pen?
No.
Because I'll go off
No.
on Drake lyrical
But-
pen. You're saying bars?
No.
Well, you're saying
You
better
said
rapper.
to quote him. I quoted him,
Yes.
right? Kendrick puts a bunch of rhyme schemes together in a way that sometimes you might not always be able to quote him directly, word for word, the entire verse, right? But that doesn't mean that it doesn't still send shockwaves when you hear it, right? You can quote Drake. Drake has a lot of quotables. There's a lot.
Bars.
I have IG posts from Drake. We all have IG posts from Drake, right? I feel like he's a little bit. Drake is more simple with his rhyme schemes, which still resonates. However, I feel like in a head-to-head, toe-to-toe, URL rap battle right now, like head-to-head, Kendrick is going to win.
How can you say that when I told you to quote him, and the one thing you say is be humble? You didn't even name a bar, like a fire bar? Like, what's a standout bar? Wait, what quote from Kendrick?
Well, hear me out. What made Drake very popular is his very catchy hook. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And what I just gave you was one of Kendrick's catchy hooks that was top.
Can you
that
just
was chart and topping
just give me a
from
Kendrick line that made
from
me
a
say
Pulitzer Prize winning album?
All right, you said URL, right? URL is when they say right? So give me something that Kendrick said in a song that would make someone in URL say
But that would have made me think.
Huh?
That would have to make me like
You're
stop and think.
But you say you're a fan of Kendrick. I can
course.
name some Drake quotes
Okay.
right now.
Okay, cool.
So, but just name me a
Okay,
line.
but like
You can't even
me,
a line.
Hear me out.
A line, bro.
Hear me out. But me, if like us sitting here right now and quoting different lines from each artist, I don't think will show who's the better rapper per se, because they both have like hundreds of songs, and we are limited to what, 20 minutes? Okay, cool. I'm saying that when it comes to rhyme schemes and wordsmithing, right? Kendrick is a better rapper. Drake is a better pop star. He has more quotables than K. Dot does.
But I think it's unfair to say that without giving any examples. You can't just say he has better word schemes and give us now one word scheme or just anything. That's unfair to say that. You know what I mean? It's kind of unfair to say that.
No. Hear me out. Truthfully, at the moment, I feel like I am blanking when it comes to Kendrick's lyrics at the moment.
How about Drake?
Drake?
I'm sure you can name a Drake one, right? I'm sure you can name a Drake one. You said it's Instagram.
I'm
caption.
also blanking.
You said it was a caption.
But,
you can't say it's an Instagram caption. You can remember it.
No, hear me out.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I'm saying like in the moment under the lights and cameras right now, I am blanking on both artists' lines. But I still stand on my quote that K-Dot is a better rapper and a better poet. And I feel like he is able to give you more to think about than Drake does. But Drake is an amazing pop star.
He gives you more to think about, even though he raps on one topic. I would argue
What's the one topic that they rap about?
He raps about just equality and excellence and just whatnot. Where Drake will give you heartbreak. He'll give you just leveling up your life. He talks about his mom. He talks about his life in general.
Kendrick spoke about his mom. He spoke about his dad. He spoke about his hood, the gang culture that he was surrounded by. He talked about his wife. He spoke about his struggles with mental health and his battles with substance abuse. His battles with
seems very one lane.
Cheating. How's it
that
one lane?
That seems like it's just one narrow lane. Where Drake he's multiple facets. He has different styles that he taps into. So you can't be a better rapper
because he's
a
better pop star. Like he is more universal. But okay, cool. Good job, bro. You see, my next claim is that Kendrick found success from speaking about social issues because social issues need to be spoken about. Hey, there, brother.
How you doing, Evan?
Evan, Sammy.
Sammy. Now, I want you, this is the time to listen to me, Sammy.
Okay.
Just like that bullshit song when he's rapping about drinking. You talking about, he needed to rap about the social, economic state of the world and that's what the world needed at the time, right?
Which song?
Which one? I'm talking about swimming pools.
Okay,
I'm talking about
cool.
swimming pools, which is before then.
Okay, cool. Let's go.
Yeah. What I'm trying to say is that you try to make it sound like Kendrick catapulted to this level of success because of basically taking advantage of a cultural movement because of what was happening socially at the time with the Trayvon Martin and black people violence, Black Lives Matter, and then you come out with the To Pimp a Butterfly album, then you're on the Black Panther album, and then you're doing the chains wrapped up in the BET performance, and oh Lord, we're gonna get them, we're gonna get together, and I'm never gonna be seen in public with you niggas ever again. I understand, I get it, but Kendrick has been destined to become stardom from the beginning of his career since signing. I would go back to Section 80. Section 80, I could not stop hearing about this nigga talking about, oh my God, did you hear ADHD? Oh my God, did you hear the serial raps? Did you hear all of that? When then soon as, what was it back in 2012 where Snoop Dogg and all of these niggas, The Game, had this nigga on stage like, yo, we giving you the keys to the city. He have an album out. The nigga didn't have an album out. They giving this nigga the keys to the city. We ain't heard nothing from him that made him worthy of that level of success. Yet we gave it to him very early on. Got the cosign from Dr. Dre. He was on that remix. What was it? The Recipe back then. The remix from there. He was on that Dr. Dre Compton album. Like, he's been handed this shit from the beginning. Niggas get put on songs with Taylor Swift. Niggas get put on songs with Maroon 5. He has been handed this shit from the beginning. It didn't matter if he rapped about black plight, which is needed. I agree with that point. It was needed at the time. But rappers always step up. Hip hop always reflects what's going on in the world. So I'm saying like that part might be affected, but the fact of saying that he used that to catapult that success, that I vehemently disagree with.
I'm not saying that he had used it like it was a strategy. What I was playing on is, one of the common quotes, and like even Drake has said it in his battle, is that all
you the black messiah trying to wipe up on Mixed Queen.
Right, like
then hit up vanilla cream to help out with your self-esteem.
One of the claims about
you rapping
Kendrick,
like you're trying to get the slave free.
Can I talk, my brother in Christ? One of the claims towards Kendrick is that he only raps about social issues, right? So I'm making the claim that that he found some success talking about these problems because these topics need to be talked about, right? Kendrick is he's a introspective artist who talks about his upcoming and what he had experienced,
Yeah, what he's
and
seen.
people are able to relate to it, similar to when Drake does, you know, an R&B track talking about the girl that broke his heart. You know, that's also a relatable thing, right? Now, with your claims about this was handed to him because he had Dr. Dre and like, you know, whoever else, right? So,
Snoop Dogg,
so
Game,
so you're saying that Kendrick is
Corrupt.
he's a industry plant.
I wouldn't go in a way, yeah.
But is it Drake also maybe an industry plant? Like, he started off under Degrassi. He was signed to Lil Wayne. He was in Young
How many
Money.
rappers came from Degrassi?
But he was a child star. So
How
he was
many-
already famous. Like,
But-
the minute that we
He
saw...
was not a star. He wasn't even the main actor on the Degrassi.
But we knew his
He got
face.
shot and died.
Oh, he didn't die.
He was on a wheelchair.
Bro, Jimmy! Look,
Yeah,
look.
wheelchair Jimmy. He was doing Michael Jackson.
He was
spin-
one of the most, I would say,
Revisionist
notable
history. No, he
characters in the
No,
Degrassi.
he wasn't.
The black kid that got shot in a school shooting, and he was in his wheelchair. Like that made him a very popular character on the show. So now
That made it harder
when
for him to be a rapper because he got ridiculed for being wheelchair Jimmy.
notable, his face was common. By the time his single came, "You the Best," we knew his face already. Like, oh wait, that's that kid from Degrassi. No. He raps too.
So this is
And Kendrick,
go ahead.
at some point was J-Rock's
Yeah, hype man.
hype man, right? So then if he started off as a hype man, then like how can you say that he was handed this? Like he worked to back J-Rock, who was supposed to be TDE's first deal with Interscope.
Interscope.
Okay, cool. So then he supported another artist. Okay, so then I would say that he paid his dues, right? And then and the story that I heard is that Dre heard his tape somewhere and then was like, yo, I want to work with this kid. And then other folks got involved and so on and so what. But I want to say that he was handed this. Like he paid his dues. I'm saying.
Okay, are you done?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me go here with you. Like you said, Kendrick Lamar was J-Rock's hype man. J-Rock was the premier artist on TDE at the time.
Yes.
So when TDE goes and signs with a Interscope Records, now why wasn't J-Rock the most promoted artist right there? J-Rock had a song with Lil Wayne called My Life. Kendrick Lamar was in that song too, doing the hook. So at that point in time, it makes you question why wasn't J-Rock pushed it? If he was the main artist, he was the push guy.
Well,
so maybe I'm not done yet. Because then you might want to go into like songs during the beef between the Drake and the Kendrick might like lean some to it, like push-ups, like let me see that contract. We got to do the splits. The way you doing splits, your pants might rip. You understand that maybe that J-Rock had a contract that might have been more favorable, that maybe this wouldn't work for you, but we could take this other guy who's unproven at the time and we can make his contract whatever we need it to be, so that way we can put him in positions, because we about to eat off of every single piece of that. We'll put him in positions, which I understand the argument of, yes, he's backed by Dr. Dre, but all of them got backed by somebody. Drake got backed by Lil Wayne. J. Cole got backed by Jay-Z.
Right.
They all got backed by big artists already established in the game. But the level of opportunities that they were presented with after the fact that they were signed with these people is way different. Drake got signed to Lil Wayne, then Lil Wayne went to jail.
How
could
far
not-
apart?
That was in
What'd you say?
2012.
Okay.
That was 2011, 2012
And
when he went to jail. And then
when
what
did Drake
did
get signed?
what? And then that's when Thank Me Later came out, and that was the
Okay.
eruption of Drake. He had to do that without Lil Wayne with
But
him.
Drake was around for a while before Lil Wayne went to jail, and he had
They all had it. I'm talking about the level of opportunities they got after they signed with their big cosign.
okay.
J. Cole didn't get barely anything. He got the one Every Day a Star Is Born, Mr. Nice Watch. He got
paid his
that,
dues
and he didn't
too.
get nothing. No, I'm talking about the level of opportunity that they got.
Okay.
Kendrick Lamar got a level of opportunity after signing with Interscope and Dr. Dre that none of these artists ever received, and that's what I'm saying. They handed him this shit.
I think it was good strategy from a up and coming label. From the conversation that I heard, some of the I think it was Top Dog or Punch who had an interview, and they said that J-Rock's deal was their first deal, and they didn't really know the industry as well, so they were not able to negotiate the best deal, right? But if your claim is that, you know, they put Kendrick in position to be up next, well, then that's a good play. That is just good marketing. But I want to say that it got handed to him because he was still very
Talented.
He was very talented, right? And you can't really like do that with an artist who's not talented. And
There's a lot of artists on TD I might want to argue for about that, but all right, it's my time.
Hey, what's up?
how are you?
Good, good.
What's your name?
Coco.
Coco, what's going on?
Yes. So your claim that Kendrick spoke about social issues.
Mm-hmm.
Repeat that.
So, Kendrick found success through speaking about social issues and human issues because these topics need to be talked about.
Okay. So one thing about Kendrick with me is he's always kind of been an introspective artist. I never really felt like he spoke about too much about a universal experience. So for instance, when we talk about what's that one? I think it's To Pimp a Butterfly. He talks about a lot of gang culture in that. He talks about growing up in the hood and still being outside of the culture. What's the album that had the Money Trees?
That was Good Kid, Mad City.
Good Kid,
I
Mad
believe,
City.
right?
So yeah, he talks about a few social issues, but all of it is from his perspective and his battle going on with his head. I feel like, on the other side of it, there's other issues that need to be spoken about specifically in the Black community that I feel like he has not touched on. He really is heavy on the gang culture when he wasn't even really involved in it.
Well, what other topics would you say that he hasn't been able to touch on yet?
Let's see. So I would say like the relationship stuff. I feel like that's a social issue. Navigating, growing up in that aspect.
Well, like relationship, what? Because like he made a song called "Love" on Damn, right? And then he also in Mr. Morale in a Big Step, it's like he spoke about, his wife. He spoke about, his struggles with staying faithful and acknowledging, that he was wrong in that, which I would say a lot of men who commit adultery don't admit that they were wrong in that unless they get caught, right? So like in a way, like in that album, he was kind of like promoting, I would say maybe like being faithful to your partner. Like I feel like he's touched on love.
I feel like it's very vague though. I feel like he does not get as raw and as vulnerable as Drake does. When it comes to Drake's music, we don't gotta do no decoding and like digging through his song. He's very like.
I mean, because
in your
again,
face.
I feel like Drake is very straightforward, and not to be rude, but like I would say like he's a bit more simple with his words, which is easier to grasp and understand.
It's palatable.
Right. Kendrick is more poetic, so he's going to say things in a way that's kind of metaphorical, right? Like you had mentioned,
Beating around the bush.
No. He's a deep thinker, and he's going to make you think when you are listening to him. That's just how he is. But like he spoke it about love, but like also maybe these other topics that he hasn't touched on, maybe because he just hasn't maybe experienced those things. Because like Kendrick, I would say that he is authentic and he speaks on what he's seen and what he knows. He knows gang culture. He is from Compton, California. I mean, Cali is,
But there's okay. So you brought up the Morale. What's that album called?
Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Come on, man.
And a little bit on Pimp.
To Pimp a Butterfly, which had a lot of underlying messages about the relationship of the black man.
I really like that album, Pimp a
but
Butterfly.
but like also like it's not just about gang culture. There's like a lot of underlying messages about the relationship between the black American and America.
Yes,
as well.
but do we not remember like at the end of that album, he literally is telling his fans, "I'm not your savior. I do not want to be associated with being the person to speak on these issues. I do not want to wear that."
To Pimp Butterfly?
Not To Pimp a Butterfly, Mr. Morale.
Well, yeah, he said that.
He
Okay.
stepped down from that throne. So I feel like for us to keep giving him that title when he himself does not even want to be.
Well, no. So when he says that I am not your savior, I think that he's more so trying to say that, hey, like, like I'm not the one that's going to save you. Like I'm just shining a light on what's going on. But I am not Christ. I am not God. Like don't put so much hope in me because I'm a man who has failed in certain ways. What's up, bro?
All right, what's going on? What's going on, man?
Good.
All right, so two things.
Uh-huh.
You said that success. So when he was making those songs about peace and love, all that stuff, you would say that he had success during those times? I would argue that his most successful time was going against Drake. I would say his only successful run is when he beefed with Drake.
His only successful run?
The one I would say he loved the most, the one he cares about the most, the one that
The
put him on the
one
map,
that he cared about the most?
that made him more marketable.
Wait, hold on. I'm confused.
You're saying success. I'm saying that his success came when he beefed with Drake.
He was been successful. Like, he's part of the big three for a reason.
You're saying success. I'm saying that the success he had with beefing with Drake, going at the biggest and the best rapper of all time.
Well, they've been going at it for years. Like they both have sent subs at each other for a number of years, and there's been rumors even before the official beef came to the surface. Me personally, for years I've heard rumors that they did not like each other. Like their last song together, I believe, was Problems, right? Back in what, 2011?
2011.
Poetic Justice a problem?
Yeah, it was like 2011. Yeah.
Right, and that was the last song that they were seen together on.
But you understand that Kendrick's career, like Drake played a big part in his career. Even,
Of course.
I'm talking about in the beginning of his career.
Of course.
Oh, all right, great. I'm glad
He went on tour with Drake
all right.
back in what, 08,
All right,
10?
right.
Like,
So you would say his success is to Drake in the beginning and the end of his career, towards the current career. The beginning of his career, he put him on tour. He even said in the song they wanted him to bring an R&B act, but I'll shoot for Kendrick and Rocky.
so
Damn, they're really
so,
beefing.
To be clear,
he put him
right?
on.
I feel like Kendrick found his success, or like who had put him on. He found success signing to TDE. Okay, Kendrick was also backed by Dr. Dre for a while. Okay, he also had a few other LA legends, you know, who had believed in him, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I would say Drake co-signed him in a way back in 08, which was, I would say, a business move, right? Drake is known to take the hottest artists and work with them.
And shout out on them, yeah.
One could argue that at the time Kendrick probably had some buzz, okay, and Drake is like, yo, I like this kid, he's talented. I think that he's up next. I'm going to attach myself to him,
Shine a light on him.
and Rocky and bring him on tour. That's just
And you would think
a business move.
And you would think if someone did that for you, you would show some respect, right?
Well-
you would think that, you right? You would
Well,
think
who
that.
says that he didn't show respect at the time? Right? Because look, there is a thing where they said that my idols become my rivals, right? There's a possibility that, okay, cool, Kendrick got to hang with Drake and see who he was, and maybe something happened behind the scenes. Like,
Yeah, sure.
I was not there.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Jealousy, Kendrick mad that
It-
Drake got more,
it could
more
be-
hit records,
it could
more
be-
number ones,
it could be a jealous
fucking more
thing.
bitches. Like, yeah.
It could be a jealous thing, or maybe something actually happened behind the scenes. Okay, that probably severed that friendship.
Yeah.
Possibly, one person might have thought that they were friends, and the other was like, "This is just business."
Yeah.
And then also maybe Kendrick stirring the pot on the track Control. Probably also stirred the pot even more.
But
Okay.
but we can agree that Drake played a part in the success of his career in the beginning, and
beginning,
towards,
yeah.
and currently.
Currently,
He would be. So if he didn't beef with Drake, would Kendrick even be at the Super Bowl ever? On his own? Ever. On his own.
I mean, Drake was never like Drake
But
hasn't headlined the
if
Super
someone,
Bowl.
all right, but pre-beef, if someone asks you who had a better chance of performing at the Super Bowl, Drake or Kendrick, who are you gonna pick? Who are you gonna pick? He only got invited.
I think
solely-
it's 50-50.
Come on.
I think it's 50-50.
If Kendrick didn't beef with Drake, he would not be at the Super Bowl by himself, solely by himself.
But wait. But Kendrick was at the Super Bowl.
Not by himself. He had to bring.
He was still
He
there.
had to bring Poppy. He had to bring his dad with him.
But that's normally how it goes. Like, one artist headlines, they bring out more artists, and then a few years later, one of those artists
if
gets
Drake
headline.
you think if Drake
Who
did
brought
Super
Drake
Bowl-
out?
You think
At
if
the
Drake,
bowl?
if Drake did the Super Bowl, you think he's gonna bring other people with him? He
I
would be
mean-
the headliner. He would be the headliner. Kendrick would never be the headliner at the Super Bowl. Pre-beef.
Pre-beef. So that if
Pre-beef.
Drake headline, he wouldn't
I'm
bring
not-
nobody with him?
I'm saying he would be the headliner. If Kendrick did the Super Bowl without beefing with Drake, he would never be a headliner at the Super Bowl.
I mean,
Come
maybe.
on, come
no,
on, come
Actually, you know
on.
what? Possibly, right? Because even Jay-Z had an interview, and we know that Jay has a partnership with the NFL now, right?
And he hates Drake. Yeah.
Jay said, no, we are speculating. Okay, no. Jay said, I gave that spot to the man who had the hottest year. Now, could Kendrick have had as hot of a year without the beef with Drake? Maybe not. But at the end of the day, the beef is still the beef. Like,
I mean, yeah, it's true. It's true.
They might kill me on this one. But my next claim is that Kendrick is the light that hip hop needed.
You're saying Kendrick is the light that hip hop needed.
Yeah, or needs.
I would argue that I would argue that Drake is the light that hip hop needed. We need to see that hip hop can have different angles with it. You know what I mean? Drake, he's vulnerable. You know what I mean? He talks to women. He talks about family, his life, love, all that stuff. I would say that more people are influenced by Drake's music because of what he does for the game, man. Like, how can you say that he's not the light? His light shines brighter than Kendrick for that reason. Like, what light would Kendrick? I don't even see how you can even say Kendrick has a light.
When I say that Kendrick is the light that hip hop needs, I'm not talking about stardom, right? I'm talking about a positive outlet, okay? You talk about how Drake makes songs for women and, he talks about women. Well, he also objectifies them as well, which a lot of artists do, okay? I'm saying that with hip-hop starting off on a more positive tip, at some point in the 90s, it begins to get dark, and it gets darker with the with more songs about drugs and substance abuse and gang culture and murdering each other and the objectification of women. Kendrick comes from a place where like he's surrounded by all this negativity, right? There's a lot of artists who come from like a background of the hood and they put on the persona of a gangster, even though they're not really the gangsters of their clique. But Kendrick could have come out as a gangster rapper since he is from Compton, California. Instead, he chooses to take a different route and shine a light of the issues that that he saw. He spoke about the issues that women faced. He made a song, I think it was Shireen's song, Shireen's story, women's issues, about the hood issues, gang culture. So now he's being a positive light.
Yeah.
And I feel like hip hop, with all of this negativity, can use more positivity.
You're saying that he's the light for that? You wouldn't say, even take away Drake, I would say
he's a light.
I would say Kanye would be a bigger light than.
He started off
Yeah.
as a light, but again, he's a light, right? But as of right now, like Kanye is not as, I would say, as hot as Kendrick is right now. But I'm saying that like Kendrick is a light that hip hop needs. We need more light.
I would say that they're about the same.
I mean, Kanye has had a lot of controversial.
He still sells out. I would
because
say
he's a great marketer and he has like a cult following, right? But
how can he market? He's canceled. How can he? What is he marketing?
You can't cancel Kanye. You can only cancel Kanye until he gives you a new reason to get engaged.
Now, you think if Kendrick said the same things that Kanye did?
He never will.
So you say that he's the light just because of what he talks about?
Yeah.
So when you say the light, but what makes him the light?
No.
If people have done it, if the light
I should correct myself.
Performed,
He's a light. He is a light that we need in hip hop. No.
Soulja Boy, he's a light. He showed people how to do it on the internet first. I would say that he's a light for hip hop. He showed people that, look, I could dance and do hip hop and put it on the internet.
Is Soulja Boy still making music right now?
Yeah.
Are they still chart and topping as Kendrick?
Make It Clap. That was Soulja Boy's song. That was a hit song.
That's objectifying women.
Huh?
That's objectifying women.
Objectifying.
She Make It Clap?
He's shining a light on women who want to partake in that lifestyle.
All right, so the claim is Kendrick is a light now. Not the light, but a light.
A light.
Okay, let's switch it. Okay, here's the thing. With Kendrick being a light, Kendrick, he doesn't have enough output. So to be a light, you got to plug into the wall and actually have electricity to shine light on something. And the electricity has to continue. It's a current. So a current keeps going. It doesn't stop. So the thing is to be a light in something, to have an effect, You got to be active. You got to output. The thing about Kendrick was he wasn't putting out nothing. Even Drake said it in the beef. He was like, "I'm glad I can get it in the." I mean, even though that was a terrible end to a beef, the Heart Part 6 that he put out. He was saying in the song, "I'm glad I can get you going, get you. You put out something to your fans," because Kendrick wasn't putting out music. From Damn to Lemon Pepper Steppers, that album, it was like years. And then Lemon Pepper Steppers, and then he was like dormant again. And then he had the beef. The beef got him going, and then he put out GNX. But he put out GNX just because he had the light on him. He had the light on him. He wasn't the light. So the thing is saying Kendrick is a light. Like at this moment, if he was like maybe like 8, 9, 10 albums in right now, I might can give you something, but to what my guy said earlier, Kanye was the light. Because when Kanye came in, the reason why Kanye hit so hard, because when he signed to Rockefeller, remember he had the polos on? That wasn't hot. It was 50 Cent. 50 Cent was running the world. He had G-Unit, tank tops, Gorilla Unit, all that. Many Man wish death upon me. I got shot 8 times. That was the start of all that. Then Kanye came in different, and we saw like, oh, it's people hungry for something that's actually like edifying to the spirit. And he was the light that got all that going, that opened the door back up for everybody else.
Let's stay on Kendrick, my brother. My brother in Christ.
Don't steal my stuff, man.
My brother.
Brother.
My brother, okay?
Just like Kendrick. I'm playing.
Okay, so your main argument is that Kendrick is not a light because he doesn't drop often?
No, you're right.
Okay, so if I turn all of these lights off right now and we all go home, right? And then tomorrow comes and somebody else is using in this studio, just because the light switch is off, does that mean that the light in the room like is not there? Like the power is not still there?
Power, not the light, the power.
But the
exactly.
Power, but the
you
power,
just said it.
But the
you
power,
said is the power there. The power is there, but the light ain't. Do you understand current? You understand how current works?
All you gotta do is flip
current
the switch and the light comes back.
You gotta flip the switch. Tell Kendrick to flip the damn switch.
But just because, just because he is resting with his family, right? Okay, being a family man. Right.
Wonderful.
Hear me out. That does not mean that he is still not a light. His music is still out there. His albums are still out there. If you want to hear more Kendrick, just play more Kendrick. But his body of work is still out there. The positivity is still out there. The messages are still out there.
Old music.
The light is still the light.
Brother. My brother in Lord Jesus Christ.
Because you are not consistently dropping music does not mean that you are still not a light.
So I'm gonna go back to my analogy. So you have a light and you turn it off.
Okay.
But this light over here is on, but you go to another room with no lights on, and there's a lamp plugged up. Are you gonna say this lamp that's plugged up that's not on is a light? Is a light to the room? Is it? Because the thing is, because here's the thing. What you're saying is he's a light to the game. So that means he's illuminating the game. He's illuminating hip hop. If a light is not on, is it illuminating a room?
No. If his music being out is still on.
That's all. Like, so
bro, it doesn't matter when you are old, bro. Like, bro, you can go to his album at any given time.
I hear what you're saying. You're saying go to old stuff. And so what I'm saying is with this light, the light used to be on.
Would you
used
say
to
that?
Turn it on.
Okay.
You can't rely on that. You can't rely on what Muggs was doing last year, 3 years ago.
Would you say that? Would you argue and say that Tupac has some positive songs back in the day?
Yes.
Would you say that, okay, Tupac used his light in that moment to be kind of inspirational?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So now that Pac is now gone and he can't put out any more music, does that mean that
down in the mid-90s, right?
That the light is no longer there?
So by your logic, Tupac is a light to the game?
He had some positive songs that are still out there. I can still play on Spotify, on Apple Music. Yeah. The legacy is still there.
Yes, but that's not what we're saying. That's not what you're saying. You're saying Kendrick is a light to a game, present tense.
Right, yes.
Present tense. So the thing is to be present in the game, you have to create in the game.
You are a current artist. He's a current artist in the game.
And so the thing is the last album, GNX, like, I know you're not including that into what you're saying about him being a light to the game, because that was a total departure from Pimp.
Actually, in the album GNX, K-Dot actually talks about the war between like his flesh and his spirit, his good and evil, right? Like he said that like he wants to be peaceful, but he loves war. Okay, that is him shedding a light on a humanistic issue.
That's about the beef he just went into, man.
Okay.
You said he needs to shed a light. What exactly is he shedding a light on? When he's singing about pedophiles? When he has the whole entire world crip walking, dancing like a gang? When he's rapping with Miguel, talking about how many drinks it will take you to get you home with me? At what point are we talking about? Like what light are we exactly shedding on the game here? What is this light that we need?
Are you saying that because he made 1 or 2 songs that go along?
Squabble up. We're fighting.
Okay.
That's the light we need
goes
in the game.
Back to what he said.
That was a hit.
Which is what it goes back to what he said. I want to be peaceful, but I love war.
Repeat what you just said. I love peace, but I want war.
No. I want to be peaceful, but I love war. He didn't say like in that and reincarnated, But he wants to be peaceful, but he loves war.
In reincarnated, he was embodying Tupac.
He was embodying a few different figures.
Okay, whatever. But what I'm trying to say is that a lot of things what's this song? We Cry Together? Domestic violence? This is the light we're shedding on the world? This is the light that the world needs right now?
From the album Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, where he talks about therapy and
cheating on his wife in Copenhagen with them white women?
Yeah, so he highlighted that he did cheat. He highlighted that he was wrong for cheating, and he thanked his wife for not, I guess, giving up on him in a sense. But it doesn't matter. If he highlighted his past issues, this is what I did, right? Which a lot of men can also relate to, okay? He cheated. He acknowledged his wrong. He worked on himself. He went to therapy, which when we say that that we need more black folks in therapy, when we say that, like, cool. So then he's highlighting therapy. He's highlighting the fact that he is a man of flaws, which we all are. There is no perfect man other than who I believe in is Christ. Okay, but there is no perfect man, and he's saying that, hey, I'm not perfect. I fell. I'm in therapy. I am working on myself. Okay, that right there, I think, can inspire some people to also be okay with acknowledging their wrongs and their flaws, and to work on themselves as well, and to go to therapy.
And right after that, he took the rose crown and put it on his head and ran around the world with fake blood.
Well, look. That right there, I don't know what was. Hey, look. Listen, look. I didn't say that. Whoa, beating his wife.
That's allegedly.
That's allegedly, sir.
That's allegedly. So
also with the A minor, that's also allegedly too. Hey. Okay. Sorry, I forgot.
I talked about the rose crown with the thorn crown on top of his head, running around the world.
Yeah,
is that the light that the world needs?
I can defend that. I don't know what.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just trying to say that there's a lot of things that this man has done.
I'm pretty sure that there is a metaphor somewhere in that, but
maybe you or one of them can find it. Maybe you or anywhere in hip hop media can find that. I'm just trying to say that I understand that he highlights himself as a flawed man, but there's also a lot of spots in his career and in his music that are not really great highlights because he does embody a lot of the negative parts of hip hop culture.
How?
Show me something natural like Afro and Richard Pryor.
Say again?
He said, I'm tired of seeing, like, what is it, with the ass on the strap on Humble.
Okay.
Where, like, he said, I'm like, he don't want to see no bone BBLs. He only wants natural women with afros. Like, don't you think that that's putting women down? That they have to appeal to a certain image?
I think he is uplifting the natural black woman, but with some stretch marks. There are a lot of women who have stretch marks, and a lot of them are kind of what's the word? They have a little confidence. Insecure because they have stretch marks. And he's saying, hey, I like me some stretch marks. He like what he like.
He's already married.
And maybe his wife has stretch marks. I wouldn't know, but maybe she does. She has a kid, right?
He had his kids crip walking in the music video.
I mean, he comes from gang culture, and LA is.
Come on, man.
What you mean? Would you say that? Would you say that every gang member is a bad person?
I mean, you could make an argument.
Come on, bro. Come on.
Are you interested in being part of the hip-hop debate and taking conversations to the next level? Battlegrounds was created to take hip-hop dialogue off the timeline. Let's get out of our echo chambers and stand on what we said. Email us at quietpartoutloudmedia@gmail.com if you want to be part of the next show. This is The Quiet Part Out Loud.